I built my brand in Philly, honestly, on giving back. I tell people I'm an average business person, but I love making a difference. Thanks to you, I'm about to learn how to actually get some money for doing it. There's never been a tax play for me. It just really makes me feel good. They wanted to happen like a microwave. Did you get yourself in the situation you got in a snap of a finger? Like grants and fun, it takes time. Like you got to keep applying. I know you will get nothing if you don't apply.
What are some struggles that you faced with building your brand and getting to the $1 million or $10 million award? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Access Granted, where I give you exclusive access to entrepreneurs that are just killing it in their industry. I have the GOAT, Nehemiah Davis, here with me today. Thank you for joining.
Thank you for having me here. Thank you for what you're doing with me, helping me get grants for my nonprofit. So it's an honor to be here. So thank you for having me.
I'm just so excited about all the amazing work that you're doing, what's to come. Yep. You have a heart that's just super big and always ready to give back.
I appreciate that.
So tell us a little bit about your brand, what you do, and how you got in this space.
So, I guess I'm kind of, I know I watch your content. I see you talk about having for-profit and nonprofits, right? Arms of your different brands. So me as an individual, I look at me as having a for-profit and a nonprofit brand. So I started this earlier on, my mom, and I guess I'm talking more about nonprofit stuff because this is around access granted, right? So my mom has always grown up telling me, get back, son, make a difference, son, like, she wanted me to do the paraplegic Olympics. I didn't, at the time, it was hard for me to do that because I was seeing some people deform, right? And it was just harder for me to look at it. Now we do things like that all the time. But at the time as a kid, I'm trying to be like, I was like, I don't know, Mom, I don't think I could do that. So she was always pushing different ways of giving back. So my entire life, she's always telling me get back, make a difference, and help. So fast forward, my very first business, I owned a fruit truck, right, where I used to sell fresh fruit and produce. I wasn't making no money. My mom said, son, you're making money now. We need to get back. In my mind, I'm like, what money? So our very first way of giving back was we went and fed the homeless. We gave $50. We gave $50. I gave her $50. She bought pizza, waters, plates, gloves, everything. And she came back an hour, said it's gone. I'm like, no way, it's all gone. $50, you fed 100+ people? Yes. So next week, I went out to do it with her. And I'm like, yo, this is dope. So I ended up doing it with her. And then we did that every week for like 8 years straight. And all I would do was build on new aspects of giving back. I then started a Christmas give back. I then started Thanksgiving give back. We busted hundreds of homeless people, providing them with warm meals, haircuts, and coats. I just started getting deeper and deeper in my give back bag, and I just truly fell in love with it. So I built my brand in Philly, honestly, on giving back. The business is just, I tell people I'm an average business person, but I love making a difference. And that's when we did the water well in Africa. That's when I revitalized the court. That's when they just named the street after me. Because that's what really makes me feel good. Now, thanks to you, I'm about to learn how to actually get some money for doing it. There's never been a tax play for me. This always been it just really make me feel good. And I honestly never really took money because when I started to get donations, I would travel, not with the donation money, but I've been traveling. I've been to 62 countries. So it's ingrained in me to travel. But they used to say, you taking people money to travel, you doing all that. So I've been scoring for the last 10 years of really asking people for money. Mm-hmm. So all of my giving really been out of pocket, but I don't think I could grow it to the level that I want without getting other people to actually be involved.
Yeah. And I think that's a mistake that a lot of entrepreneurs make. They use their own personal capital to fund their business and fund their mission to give back when there's millions of dollars, $32 billion in grant funding available for entrepreneurs. So we got to get you to tap into that space. 100%. What would you say to the entrepreneur because I know you've won a grant before, right?
Yeah, I won several. I won Steve Harvey neighborhood awards. That was $30,000. You were able to use it the way you wanted to. In Philly, there's something called the Activities Fund Grant where they was giving our organization $6,500 a year. most of the money that I have gotten from grants, and even still to this day, is me calling you, me messaging my personal people like, here's what I got going on. Can you be a part of it?
Mm-hmm.
Now I've done that because sometimes I don't feel like you got a grant that I think is every quarter like 2,500, which is huge. You could do that in 60 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone else sometimes is a whole plan, and you got to come wait 3 months or 2. So I've always been, I just pick up the phone like, hey coach, this is what I'm doing. Can you assist? Can you donate? So I guess I am getting grants or help, but I'm reaching out to personal people who truly know my heart and know my mission and know what we're about.
So what do you say to the person that they need grant funding,
Yeah.
right? They have the mission and they want to get access to funding and capital, but they're scared to take the risk. They're
Yeah.
scared to apply. They're scared
Do
to
what
get
you
the
say.
education.
Do one every day. Like I'm literally devising a plan outside of just the help you're doing with us. Like I'm now contracting people to, hey, write this grant. Like she like, hey, I could get this in schools. I got one person working on that funding. I got another person working on this. I don't have it in me to write a grant every day because I'm just not like I'm not like I got somebody to do it for. I'm not organized. Like I don't got it in me. But I'm like, why wouldn't you do it every day? Why wouldn't you take time, get all your paperwork together one time? Most times they're probably asking similar questions. What's your name? What's your email? What's your mission? What have you done before? Like I don't know all the questions, but I'm assuming they're similar. And why wouldn't you be applying? Because like you said, it's 32 billion out here that what's her name?
Mackenzie Scott.
Mackenzie Scott just gave, how much she give away?
She gave out $640 million in funding.
And she didn't know all them people she gave. It ain't like she know all the people she gave it to.
361 organizations.
And out of 361, she probably didn't do the research on 361.
No.
Like somebody on her team or, hey, this person is doing this in the community. But because someone on here is listening, is not being visible, not sharing, even myself, like, I could have got that money, but we ain't on the internet asking for funds or really showing, here are all the programs that we're doing. So that's a big mistake that I made, that I probably could have got millions of dollars in grant funding, as you call it, debt-free funding, if I would have just like would have not been in my head, not caring what people had to say, and not be like, oh, I got it. Well, it don't matter if you got it. I see people got it. They're still getting loans and grant funding and bailouts from the government, because if you qualify, why wouldn't you get it?
Yeah, there's this huge misconception that people think you have to do it yourself. It's nothing wrong with that being a task that you delegate. If there's something that you're weak in or you're struggling within your business, get somebody else to come in and assist you and help you with that task. And I think that's something that entrepreneurs often struggle with, myself included, right? I've been very guilty of that. So I think that's huge that you have somebody coming in outside of what we're doing as well, but coming in and just helping you with that strategy, because the Nehemiah Foundation and just the Neo Davis in general, and everything that you do, like currently you are, I think you have reached out to several organizations or several companies, and you are saving them from going out of business, right?
Yep.
And I think that's huge,
good,
right?
too.
You put your cape on. I want to say Superman, but I know you like
I'm
the Batman,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
So I think that's big, that you are just using your platform to shine a light on a business that is potentially failing, whatever that reason might be, whatever hardship they're going through. You're like, I see something in this company and let me save them and help them. That's a form of a grant, right? So grants come in different sizes, but what makes you do that? Where does that drive come from? Is it because of just, being in the space and being the entrepreneur and knowing what that hardship and struggle is? Or is it just like, let me just do something with my brand?
I mean, really, my mom really instilled it in me, man. She really instilled it in me, like, you have to go out here and make it happen. So that's just been in me for a long time, and it feels good. Like one of my friends, Patrice, she, at a time where I don't think I had it or whatever like that, like I couldn't buy my wife a ring. Like put me on the Steve Harvey show. They bought the ring. Their ring all messed up now. It still got diamonds missing. It was good.
She still has the same ring?
The same, free. That was free. Flew us out, and she says, "You never know who got the power to bless you." She did that for me because she saw all the giving back and different in how I was helping others. So I just feel good to just be able to be a help to people in their times of need, and just For me, sometimes it's just picking up a phone call. I can pick up a phone call and help you. Why wouldn't I do it? So I've just come accustomed. Like I now got a note on my phone, just all the events and initiatives I want to do. I got at least 10 of them that I want to go do this. I want to go do this. Just finding the time and also finding the people to help do it.
I love that.
Yeah.
So this is access granted, right?
Yeah.
So I got to give them a little access to just understanding different platforms and different strategies they can use to grow their business.
100%.
So you recently just
I
won.
need to grow mine. Yeah.
So you recently just won like marketing, like the social media marketing award, right?
Okay.
And
I'll be forgetting about these awards, but yeah, I think.
But
I
you get a lot, right? But
yeah.
that one stands out to me a lot because you show up on social media, even though you have a business and a brand that's established, right? And you could post something and make thousands from it just from a random post, but you still show up, you're still active, and you're still implementing strategies that you teach us. Give me 2 or maybe 3 things that an entrepreneur could do to scale and grow their business right now, just from a social media platform.
I'll give you a simple one. Just post more. So I'm on a call today, literally, with somebody we may work with, social media influencer. And I'm like, hey, in the last 30 days, you posted 6 times. So I said, let me check what my man wife posted. And she's like a fitness influencer, crushing it. Like they probably did 20 million online or 25. She posted in the last 30 days 112 times.
Wow.
100. So compare the two. 6 times versus 112. Do you believe, and that 112 is excessive. That's 30, 60, 90, 120. We're hovering at, it's about 3.5 to 4 a day. It's not crazy, but they're not missing. Do you think you would make more money simply by posting more? And a lot of times we're in our head about how the content got to be super polished. The content got to be this great. Like you want every piece of content to hit. I don't care. And this is from my guy who used to not post at all, but once a month because they waiting for brand deals. You don't got to wait for brand deals when you start creating content. You have a product or a service attached to it. You have to start making money. Another quick hack is I tell people to do the overnight Instagram infomercial where you post at night at 12 o'clock, you post again at 2 o'clock, you post at 4 o'clock, you post at 6 o'clock. And let's just say you do 3 overnight posts a night promoting your product or your services. At the end of the year, at just 300 days a year, we got 1,000 more posts than anyone else. In the morning, you archive them. It's like they've never been up. But I had 1,000 ways to promote my brand and my business. And all I hire a virtual assistant, they could schedule all of these posts for you. It's not something you have to do. So every night for the last several years, I've been doing this. And guess what? Do I make money every night? No. But I'm making more than someone else is making, even if I sell one book for me doing it. So I tell people that's one hack. Another thing is still to this day, I think creating memes. Like I literally wrote out today, I said, hey, I'm going to create for our partners. I want to have everybody to have 10 different memes. Like I post, like I posted this meme on my page and I was actually looking at it earlier. I posted this meme on my page with me and my wife about, when did I post this? Whenever I posted, I want to say like a week or 2 ago. Here we go. But this post got, and this is unusual for me, but it got 54,000 likes, 396 comments. Not a lot of comments, but 1,000 people shared it. 1,700 people saved it, right? 700 people saved. But I say all that to say is this is a meme post where I'm creating a narrative. Couples goes from being fired from the same job to building their business together. Picture on the left is us in the dump truck. Picture on the right is us on our wedding day.
Wow.
But go create these good images. Like you're waiting for somebody to write an article on you. Make your own article. So I now go create all my own meme pages and now I'm distributing them across the entire world, like on Instagram. So go create a narrative of your own. Go put 10 of these out, let them circulate. This good image is going to be on the internet forever.
Yes.
So it's very simple. I think sometimes they want me to say this complex strategy. Some of these things aren't complex. They're simple.
Yeah. So with the meme, you're showing from hardship to success,
That's
right?
it.
And
Yep.
it's a
And they hit
relatable story,
relate, and
right?
that's the other key. You need to be relatable. Like you need to show where I'm always dabbing in justice too. Kicked out of high school, college, fired from 10 jobs. Grew up in a drug infested neighborhood in West Philly. Why am I sharing that? Because I want you to know I was where you were once at, and I was able to change my life. So I'm trying to show the struggle more. Like, yo, where were you at? Like, I'm going on Facebook memories. I'm trying to find these old pictures. So that's another. Go find your old images, your old pictures, and start putting out memes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm taking that.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
taking that. You're gonna
that.
see a post tomorrow.
Good. I know
If
I
not
will.
tonight,
Look,
maybe.
I know I will from you for sure. But yeah, and we want to create 10 of them. Then different headlines, different topics, from banker to businesswoman.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that one.
Yeah,
Too.
okay. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was a
I
good one.
love that.
Yeah.
So you mentioned the keyword, and I think that's important. You talked about hardship, right?
Yeah.
And the struggle of being an entrepreneur. And I think a lot of times on social media, we see all of the glam. They see the $1 million mansions, they see
Yeah.
the Lamborghini, but a lot of times we miss or we don't share the hardship piece. What are some struggles that you faced with
Yeah.
building your brand and getting to the $1 million or $10 million awards that you've
Yeah.
received?
Man, I mean, I faced struggles along the whole time. I still face them to this day, right? And what I've learned is a lot of times, what was the hardest thing you went through? And oftentimes I really don't know. So many things was hard. Like living paycheck to paycheck is hard. Living job to job is hard. Like I can't say I went homeless. I lived with my grandma until I was 24. So I first stay home as long as you can. I don't recommend rushing out the crib. Long as you being productive, right? But that first 7-8 years, it was extremely hard. Like I'm on a fruit truck, couldn't eat. Like I had every hardship I learned something. So while I'm working on my fruit truck, I'm there about 10 a.m. to 7 every night. And all I would eat sometimes is rice and gravy because I couldn't afford anything else. So I had to get good at communicating and service because that's how I would get a tip. So if I get a tip, I knew if I get $1.25, I now could go buy me a rice and gravy. That will allow me to make it home because my grandma would have a meal when I got home. So that was my play. I did that for like a year. So I had to get good at selling and good at service so I can get a tip so I could go buy food. And somebody like, yo, why didn't you eat the fruit? Because you know Biggie thing, don't get high off their own supply. I can't eat all of this because I'm eating the profits. And the margins were so paper thin that I needed every piece of fruit mattered on this darn truck. But to answer your question, a lot of those times were hard. I struggled most of my entrepreneurship career. But when I got fired from the 10th job, I said I'm mentally unemployable and it has to work or it has to work. So what does that mean? That means everything that is coming your way, it is a part of the process that you got to accept that. Like I got kicked out of high school, college, fired from 10 jobs. Those moments were very hard and difficult. But now I get paid somebody booked me to speak. You're paying me to hear about what my struggle was before that I wouldn't erase for the world. So I can't tell you a bunch of moments because it was so many of them, but I treat it as it is a part of the process.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
What's next for the Nehemiah Foundation?
Yeah. So what's next for us? I mean, I got so many. So one of my initiatives I want to do, for me, I've learned honestly is one, I need a new program director. I need somebody that I give the vision and they just go do it. That's what I need. I feel like I need, because a lot of the initiatives that I got now, and they take people and resources. My mom wants us to do a gala, so I want to do a gala where we do a fundraiser. Hopefully, and we'll say here on Access Grant, hopefully we raise $1 million at the fundraiser. That will be the goal. May do that for my birthday. So I would like that to happen. Outside of that, and I'm gonna put so much goodwill out here where you people are going to. I thought about doing it soon, in the next few months, but I want to do so much over this next 6-7 months. So when now I have the fundraiser, it's like you almost earned this giving back piece.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
So TD Bank has a grant, right?
Yep.
So we think about TD. We
Yep.
think about going in and getting a $50,000, $100,000 no-doc loan,
Yep.
right? TD Bank has a $20 million program.
Wow.
They're giving $10 million to Canada and another
Wow.
$10 million to the US.
Wow.
So just by being that organization and making that impact in your community, you qualify for that funding.
Yeah.
So we have to go out and just tell them about the opportunities that you want to
You
make.
want to help us do that?
Of course,
good.
right?
Yeah.
Right. No problem.
Bet.
So
Say no more.
So we have to just position ourselves to get access to the funding, which you have, your 501c3. We're able to find you online. I think that structure piece is important, but you're already in the field doing the work.
Yeah.
And that's what makes these companies want to invest in you and get you access to the funding.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited about helping you get access to that, but there's so much more that we can do. There's Gucci has a grant, right? And that's an important opportunity. They're giving millions of dollars out.
Yeah,
so we
good.
wear
as,
Gucci.
as they should.
Well, yeah, we wear it, right?
Yeah.
And now they want to pour it back into the community.
That's
so we're
good.
going after this grant funding,
Yeah.
so we can continue to help you, do your next will,
Yeah.
or next fountain, and
Yeah.
save the next company or whatever that looks like.
Yeah.
So that's super.
And
important.
I want to build a fund just for doing these things, saving companies. So one of my other ones, and that's why when I get them, I got to normally do them within a week because I get bored fast. But that's why I need the program director. My man Ash Cass, we went to this place, and we went to a restaurant. I guess I don't want to say the restaurant in case we do it, but went to a restaurant. When I got there, it was like 6 p.m. They were closing. He said, call and order because they're slow. We get there, mind you, it's only her and her husband working. So it took a while for the food to come out, but the food was crazy good.
Really?
And my kid's vegan, so it was like vegan spot. I mean, it was exceptional. But I'm like, yo, how long you been here? We've been here 18 years. I'm like, I didn't know vegan was a thing for 18 years. I thought it was like a new thing. But the place is old. Like, it looked dated. It really looked like, yo, you've been here for 18 years. So, and she's probably 60, 70 years old. No social media presence. Probably struggling, I would assume, if it's just y'all two. So my immediate thing was, I want to save this business. And I may still do it, but it requires more work because I'm like, I want to renovate. Let's put new tables and chairs inside the business. Let's redo the floor. Let's paint. Let's put up new artwork. Let's hook it up. Let's repaint the outside. So we gonna be like, yo, we gonna give you 3-4 days off. So I want to turn this thing over literally in 4 days. Like, want some quick, but it'll cost like 20 grand, I would think. Turn it over, and then when it's turned over, I then want to do a flash mob on it. Now we're gonna come support her business. But the reason why I don't really do restaurants because you could put a bad taste in somebody's mouth when you're doing a flash mob. You bring 100, 200 people there and they're literally making the food. It's like, yo, I got to wait 3 hours for the food. Mm-hmm. So what we're going to tell her to do is it's all plant-based and it's not heated. So night before I would bring her like we got to tell her it won't be really a surprise. It will be a surprise that maybe
the amount of people.
Yeah, the renovation may be a surprise. Like, we got to figure out something will be a surprise. I love the surprise element. But we going to bring, like, I need a few vegan chefs to help her make all the items. So they do this pizza, make 50 pizzas. They do a burger, make 50 burgers. So now when you come in ordering, it's already ready. You just take it, and for this sake, you could sit at a table of your own. It won't be come order at the front. You could come sit at your table. But now we're going to help her do maybe a $5,000-$10,000 a day. And now she got a new renovation. Yeah. Then I'm on to the next business we saving.
That's an all hands on deck project.
Yes.
It's going to take all of us.
And that's why I need like a program, like somebody like, that's a project manager that got to lead. I can't be like figuring every little aspect out. I just want to say, this is what we want to do. Let's put it all together. And actually, what's the timeline on this?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I love that. And I think that's definitely needed in the community. And I'm sure you have people like all the time reach out to you on social media like, Neo, I need your help.
Yep.
What do you look for in a company or a business that
work ethic? Yeah, that's go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
You look for in a person or a business?
A business, right?
Oh, that need help. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So kindness. So a lot of times I'm doing a research with I'm calling. How you answering the phone? You rushing me off the phone? Are you rude? We're going in there talking to your employees or going to go check out the business. My mom I sent her in there to secret shop. How was the person? Were they nice? Because that's important to me. Mm-hmm. I don't want to come bring you this life-saving opportunity and you mean and you rude and you just like that on camera, and then you actually a jerk. So I'm doing that. Every business I'm looking for something different. Flash mobs, I'm looking for product-based businesses that we could come in where it will be a wait, but it won't be a wait because you got to make the product. So candles, t-shirt shop, things that we ain't got to wait. We can go in there and just buy it out. So I'm looking for those. As far as other nonprofits we're supporting, people giving, like I personally like people who do something that's going to help the future. So this young lady we used to give to, forgot her name, she was just on Instagram, Lauren's Beauty School or something, I'm not sure, but she's teaching 8 to 12-year-olds how to become a cosmetologist.
Wow.
So I'm like, well, I like that. Like I sponsor like a tour stop or like 5 kids, because you come with the mannequin, you're teaching a kid a skill. I love that. Like you getting a skill. So I'm looking for people like that. I'm almost looking for people not asking. I go seek them out myself.
Yeah, I love that.
You know what I mean? Like, don't DM me really about it. It's like, Sister Shop DM me, and I like the Sister Shop because, and thank you for helping her too. She got 100 other women business in her business. So me helping her also helps 100 people. So I'm also looking for, if we help you, will it help someone else? So that's another thing we're looking for. Yeah,
that's big. And that's the thing that they're looking for with grant funding, right? So not just when I give you access to this $50,000 or $100,000 grant, it's what impact are you going to be able to make within others to give you access to the funding.
100%.
Neo, you check all the boxes.
I need the decks done. Like I just need, I guess, the infrastructure.
Gotcha.
And that's where I'm gonna help you. Yeah, but give me the new decks. Give me all the projections. We got all this help, and we've done all this work.
Yeah.
Now it's just somebody package this thing up and just get this out to the world.
Okay. Yeah. All right. That's what we're doing. Okay, listen, we're gonna make it happen.
Thank you.
So, traveled to 62 countries.
Yeah.
What is that like?
It's been fun. I don't love it anymore because I've done this. Like 62 countries is a lot.
That's a lot.
I don't know. I'm in the world, so I know people personally, but it's not many people that can name 5 people that have been to more than 50 countries. So
is it mostly work or?
It was a hybrid of everything. It was mostly fun with work. Like my work is fun. So every day I work, but I enjoy what I do. So when I'm going to a country filming ads, we're giving back. Like I'm trying to get the most out of every trip that we do.
How do I position myself as an entrepreneur to just leverage that opportunity? I love to travel, but 62 countries and a network outside of the U.S. and being able to brand myself outside of the U.S. is next level. Yeah,
I think just starting, picking one country, maybe having an event there and finding a way to get back. So everywhere I go, how can I get back? What difference can I make? And then what can I meet with somebody? Can I have some sort of event? And that's how we did it. Like when we went to Madrid, find a school where we could speak to. They're not denying you. So we went to so many places. We create our own Africa. Found somebody on the ground in Africa. Go set me up to go speak at all these schools. And that's kind of what happened. And just that's how that worked. And that also now becomes a tax savings or something, tax deductible, a portion of that for doing, you're working.
I love that. Yeah. That is next
level.
So
every trip, you got to do work on the trip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I get it. Make it work. Yeah. Fun, but work. Yeah. Right? Incorporate that work. And that's something that sets your brand apart from a lot of people. You're actually in the field, right? You're actually working. You're actually showing your success. And that's what these companies and organizations want to see. Yeah. We talked about before the True Inspiration Grant. So Chick-fil-A grant. Chick-fil-A gives out millions of dollars, $5 million a year. Yeah. And they recently just gave out a grant, a $325,000 grant to somebody that's making an inspiration. So we are definitely going to tackle that because that's what you're doing, right? Yeah, you're Batman. You're the Batman of entrepreneurs, but you are a true inspiration just to everybody who comes in contact with you, right? So I think we definitely have to tackle that funding opportunity. What stops you? Or we talked about that earlier, but just what stops you from just taking that leap and using this strategy in your business a little bit more?
Say that again. I'm sorry, so I understand.
What stopped? We actually talked about it earlier, but what stops you from just taking the leap and using grant funding
I
a
think
little bit
people,
more?
like this, and I normally don't care what people say, but that used to bother me. Like, I hate when they say you taking this money and people don't know I was traveling. Like, I don't really share this, but I was like, it's called a registered guest pass, right? And I don't share this often, but I was on that for so many years, meaning I'm traveling a Hong Kong flight,
Taxes.
$1.25.
Yeah.
First class. Like, I'm doing runs to Bali, Australia. Like, we used to go, like, I'm a master traveler, like literally a master at hotel hookup at the Marriott. Like, it just for most of my travel. So I'm doing trips for $300. Flight, room, hotel. There's several of us in a room, like food. Like, we're running these. We go to Paris for the day and come right back for lunch type stuff. Like, so they don't know. So, after my hard event, I go take a trip. Every event, back to school event, trip next day. Christmas event. So they used to, oh, you taking that money and you doing all that. So I said, I never got a PPP loan because I said, I got a Lamborghini. They gonna say you boarded with. I didn't want to be on the headline like PPP loan, boys, Lamborghini and house. So some of those loans were forgivable, or they were. I don't know how it go, but some of those. I was eligible for certain things that I did not get because I was worried about what somebody was going to say.
Yeah.
So I believe we should get millions of dollars in grants for the work that we do. We're really doing the work. And I could do so much more with more money. I would do this. Honestly, I don't even want to do nothing else. All the stuff that I do, I actually don't want to do it anymore. I'd rather only do giving back, but it won't pay for my lifestyle, so I gotta go to work regular.
Yeah.
What I do, but if I can get a salary to give back only, I would do that because I truly love this thing.
So what do you say to the entrepreneur that's scared to make that investment? They're scared to. I have a community, right?
Yeah.
And I teach
They
entrepreneurs
need to be
about
in your community.
how
I
to
know
get
that
access
much.
to grant funding,
Yeah.
how to scale their business to the next level. But there are so many entrepreneurs who are scared to make the small investment to get access to the funding
Yeah,
they need.
they're not serious. They're curious. Like, you gotta start. Everything changed for me when I started investing in myself. Everything. Like, proximity changed my life, and the people around me changed my life. And I tell people, it's two things that will get you to your desired goals and your dreams: is new information and it's execution. We've been getting the same information our entire life. Find a good job, work a good job the next 40 years of your life, retiring 40% of your income. Most people can't do that off of 100%. So you have to go get access to new information. Like you said, 32 billion of grants out here. A huge amount of that a percentage of that 32 billion is going to go unclaimed because you don't have access to the information on how to get it. Like, I'm learning from you. I'm going to go get me $1 million in grants over this next year. I'm going to figure out how to do that out.
Yeah.
Because it's out here, and I've learned I'm not being able to make a real difference because we need more funding to do it. I need to make a greater difference. So I ain't going to worry about what nobody got to say no more.
Yeah.
Because I know what I'm doing.
That's big.
Yeah.
And there are entrepreneurs who are just scared, right? Because they have people who have, misled them or misguided them on social media. And they're just scared to make the investment. So I think
You better start investing. If
you
they want
have
to change their life, and your community is like next to free with the price point. So get in that community around winners, learn the game, and stick with it. And no, it won't happen like the other thing. They want it to happen like a microwave. It don't happen in the microwave. Did you get yourself in a situation you got in a snap of a finger? Like, did you save 10,000 a snap of, like, grants and fun? It takes time. Like, you got to keep applying. And you won't get every one. But I know what you want. I know you will get nothing if you don't apply.
Yeah.
I can guarantee. I know how you're going to get nothing when you do nothing. I could bet it. You could take that to the bank. You're going to get nothing. So I tell people, just get active.
Okay. Love that. Top 3 things for an entrepreneur that's ready to scale their business, scared to make the investment, or just not sure if they're on the right journey. Top 3 things, or top 3, the biggest advice you can give.
One, it's not top, but as you start making money prior, you should learn the tax code. You should learn the proper way, not just what the influencers telling you online. Like really learn and study all things taxes, because they take most of your money that you make. You know, anywhere between 30 to 50%. So learning that so you can mitigate and only pay what you owe. Two, I would say invest. You know, my buddy Alex Hermosi said the greatest investment you should make is the S&Me 500, not the S&P. Me, like you should be putting as much money into yourself. Jim Rohn says, I forgot what Jim Rohn said. I'm sorry. I was trying to come up with this quote, but more like you should be putting it all. You got to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. So I would say you need to be consistent. I talked to one of my good friends yesterday. I'm like, yo, he's driving Uber, DoorDash. And I'm like, man, I got to get him out of it. He's working 8 to 12 hours a day, but he's not even listening to nothing every single day. I'm like, every day you now need to listen to motivation. You need to listen to information. Like if you're not where you need to be listening to hour to 5 hours a day to books, to materials. And the last thing, proximity. You need to make a clear intention to get in communities like yours and others. Go to events and get around people who are sharper than you and smarter than me. I started increasing my income, my impact and influence when I moved to Atlanta. I didn't do anything different than when I was in Philly, but I got around other people who are go-getters. You get around enough go-getters, it's going to make you go harder. You get around enough people, it's going to make you want more. So none of those things are huge, but those are things that all played a critical role in my transformation and growth.
You always say something that I love, and something that I incorporated in my life as well. You always say, see the vision, right?
Yeah.
So you talk about the importance of, if you want that Lamborghini, go drive that Lamborghini.
100%.
You want the $4 million house, go visit the
100%.
$4 million house.
Yeah. And that's simple.
Yeah.
People won't do it though.
But it shifts your mindset
Yeah.
when you know what the goal is, but you can see the goal and you know that it's attainable.
Yeah.
I touched it, right? So now I just got to come up with the plan to go get it. And I thank you for that, because that was a nugget for me that I've been able to take and just kind of make sure it applies to my business and brand. So listen, this is Access Granted. Is there anything else that you want to share with the community?
Just get in your community. That's all I want to share with them. They need, if you looking at this right now, listen to me. What's the website called?
Business and Grant Community.
businessandgrantcommunity.com. Go to businessandgrantcommunity.com right now. Go be a part of one of the most vibrant, thriving communities on helping you get debt-free funding as well as business funding and helping you grow your business. Like, you do not want to stay in the same place tomorrow, the next day. Like, get inside of this community. Let Coach K lead you to where you need to go to. I'm in the community. You're going to see me in the community asking questions, because I'm going to go get these grants. I'm going to go get in a much better position. That's the attitude I want for yourself. You should be saying, how am I going to get better today? And one way you could do that is join the community. So we'll see you on the inside.
All right. Your access has been granted.